As teacher and coach, I'm passionate about serving women, empowering them to rise with style and to become the queens they're actually meant to be. How? I developed a comprehensive 3-module program where they experience a complete makeover in mind and body and image, so they can actually rise with style and become the best version they were meant to be. Are you ready to start? I'm Lynette Funk. I live in Paraguay, South America, but there are no limits. I would actually love to guide you through this process. Are you a middle-aged woman and feel tired, maybe empty, unsatisfied, and unsecure about what the future might hold for you? Do you feel unhappy, unwell with your body, with your health, with your fitness, with your image, with your appearance? Have you ever witnessed a makeover on TV and wished it was you? Well, what if I told you that it is possible to experience a holistic makeover in mind and body and image, and only in 90 days? With my more than 30 years of training and painful life experience, I found a path which I am so willing to share with you. Are you ready? Are you willing to do the steps? To do what it takes? Let me guide you through this process so that you can rise with style. Good morning, my beloved sister, my beautiful lady. This is again a beautiful Friday session, and today we are going to talk about step 3 in this road to unleash our feminine superpower to become the queen we are actually meant to be. Remember, first step was about our royal identity. Remember who you are. Remember who God is and who He and how He sees you. He is in love with you. His fingerprints are on you, and His plan for your life is just unique as you are unique. The second step, knowing this, gives us a regal attitude. Embrace regal, royal values, and that you will transmit in a royal or regal posture. So it reflects in everything you do, in your posture, in your demeanor, in whatever. It will transmit if you know who you are and if you have really embraced these royal values and know your worth. Now, going one step further, I want to encourage you today to run free, because you are aligned with your royal vision. You run in your purpose. And a question, what is easier, to go to run with the flow or against it? Of course, it's easier just to go with the flow. Sometimes I have wondered for myself, can I do both? Of course not. It's either or. There's no in between. The Bible calls this the narrow way or the broad way. Most people you find on the broad way. Is it the easy way? In some ways, yes. But on the other side, I don't think it's actually the easy way, because you always feel kind of empty, of unfulfilled, always seeking somehow to, you have this gap in your heart and you want to somehow fill it with something, but it leaves you unsatisfied. So it's always a struggle. So either or, you choose the so-called easy path and go with the flow, but it's hard choose your heart, or you choose the narrow path, the God's chosen path for your life, and it's also a struggle. But it's the better struggle. It leaves you satisfied, it leaves you fulfilled, it leaves you knowing this is what God has designed you for. So therefore, it's worth the struggle. But you have to choose. You have to decide. Remember, you were called to stand out. You were called to light up the room. You were called to be brilliant. You were called to be the queen, like Esther, for such a time as this. But in order to be aligned with this vision and with this purpose, you have to be committed. You have to be willing to do the steps. In talking about commitment, it really hit me hard this week. Thinking, reflecting on this topic, I saw myself from 1 to 10. I asked myself, how committed am I to this godly mission for my life? And then I felt it's only a 6. And I felt ashamed. And I thought, what can I do to bring it from 6 to 8? And from 8 to 10. So what are the steps I have to do? In these steps, I want to teach you today, at least as far as I have understood that they are for me, and I think they can work for you as well. So to run free, it has to do, first of all, with the decision I commit to my godly vision and purpose, and I will run the race of life, and I do what it takes in order to get there, to reach the goal. I have this quote by Will Smith: the road to success is through commitment, nothing else. 100%. Commitment means 100%, not 60%, like I realized for myself. 100%. So I'm aiming to get there. How? And I ask myself, what is stopping me to get to the 100%? To commit really 100% to my mission, to this purpose God has designed for me. I realized fear. What will people say and think? Will they reject me? Will they reject the message? This is the so-called imposter syndrome. Am I good enough? Or is it procrastination? Then I realized, I didn't think actually that I'm procrastinating, but I realized in some things I'm actually procrastinating. I'm hiding behind my computer. I'm hiding on my desk, at my desk, instead of getting up and getting this message out and show my face and speak it out, let you know about this. It's so much easier to hide. So I do many other things which I thought is not procrastination, and I really realized I'm actually procrastinating. And I heard someone saying that's the toddler's mind. Oh my. I just want to do the things I really like to do. So I decided I'll stop procrastinating, and I'll get up and I'll show my face and bring this message out no matter what. And I also realized past pain and experienced rejection is still there, trying to grip me, trying to hold me back. So it's probably something similar in your life as well. And then I heard my Heavenly Father in my mind saying to me, let go. Let go of your pony. What's that? When I was a little girl, I had a pony. I loved my pony. It was my friend. It was my companion. I could ride it whenever I wanted. That for me was true freedom. Then one day I woke up to the news that my father had sold the pony. My friend was gone. My freedom was gone. I was so sad. And until this day, I have to forgive my father for doing that. My father tried to make up. He realized how sad I was, and he bought another pony. Me happy again, having a new friend. But this friend wasn't a friend. It was a sneaky pony. I could get it, I could ride it, but as soon as I was on that pony, it started to run like crazy and jump and kick me off. It did it not only once, it did it every time I tried to ride that pony. So after, I don't know, several tries, I gave up. I was disappointed, and somehow I lost my joy for riding, and until this day I have this fear in me to get on a horse. So I have to overcome that fear and let go of my pony and stop hiding behind this past pain. Let it go. And in this, I had a very interesting experience about a year ago. It was in March 2023. Me and my husband, we were traveling. We were in Jerusalem that day, and we went to Gethsemane. And we thought we would go into the garden, find a quiet spot, enjoy the view, the silence, reflect on what Jesus went through in Gethsemane for us, how he was willing to drink that cup. And you know, it was beautiful. It was perfect. Everything was perfect. And then when we had maybe sat there for 30 minutes, done some reflection, meditation, then we wanted to get out this garden, and then I realized there was a wall. In that wall there was a gap, and I looked through that and I saw horses on the other side. And then a guide came, or I don't know, a guardian of the park, and he said, yes, those are Arab horses. They are prize-winning horses. They belong to an Arab here in Jerusalem, and he became rich and famous through his horses. His horses are the best horses here in this area. Prize-winning Arab horses. And then it kind of like God speaking to me, let go of your pony. I will replace it with an Arab horse. So that was strange, that thought. I thought, oh, okay. I couldn't have invented this. I would never think of something like that. So, but I took note of it to reflect on it later, and then I realized how different an Arab horse is in compared to a pony. It is a well-trained horse, very sensible horse, sensitive to his master's guidance and leading, willingness to be trained and to be prepared for the stadium, to be prepared to win prizes. So that's when I understood that's God's message for me. Are you willing to let go of your pony, of your past pain, of all the hurt in your life? And are you willing to realign, to focus on the vision I have for your life? Are you willing to commit to the training? Are you willing to do the steps to actually get out there and then win the prize? Okay, that came back to my mind this week. Something that happened about a year ago. And that's my message for you today. What do you have to let go and let God do so that you can actually run in freedom the race He has designed for you, in the stadium that He has designed for you, and accept the training it takes, accept the time frame it takes, but do the work. And to finish this session with you, I want to read with you a verse in Hebrews 12, verse 1, where it says, "As for us, we have all of these great witnesses. They are surrounding us like a cloud." So talking about all those heroes of faith from the Old Testament. So they are like our witnesses that are surrounding us like a cloud. So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us. Did you hear that? Let go of every wound that has pierced us. Yes, we have gone through painful experiences, like the disappointment that my dad had sold my friend my pony. That was, of course, not something so big as someone rejecting you or locking you in or whatever painful experience you have had. But we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and of the sin we so easily fall into. That's kind of like it, as if it's entangling us, it's hindering us, it's weighing us down. Then, if we do that, let go of the wounds and of the sin that is entangling us, then we will be able to run life's marathon race. And a marathon is not a sprint. It's a race, and it's not about who's the first and who's the fastest. It's about reaching the goal. So run marathon's race with passion and determination, for the path has already been marked out before us. So that's what we are called to do. Run this life's marathon race with passion, with determination, but in order to do so, we have to let go. So let go, my beautiful sister, and let God do what you can't do, and commit to say yes to the training. There is so much better waiting for you if you are willing to do the steps. Unleash your feminine superpower and say yes to God's way of working through you and in you to become what He has already prepared for you, what He sees in you. I love you, and I pray that you will have a wonderful weekend, and see you again next week, Friday, for another session on step 3, Unleash Your Feminine Superpower.